Welcome to day 4 of wondering where in the world is my TCG ban list, Market Edition. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Leave a comment down below when you be walking away with a booster pack by telling me what you guys think about today's market. Kong's Card's new website is finally open. And yes, for those of you that have been wanting sealed product, they have Legacy, they have Battles, they have Infinite Forbidden, they have Rarity Collection 2, all available. And of course, discount code MCOL40 is going to save you on all of your purchases on sealed product. So it's very important to know they do not have tins up yet. Be patient. That'll come at a later date once they're able to find out numbers and everything and a little bit more details for that. But that's what we're looking at so far for this. And yes, Legacy pre-sales will begin once we start to get the reveals. So that'll be something for you to look forward to. But everything that is currently up, discount code MCOL40 will save you on your purchase. So Speed Duel hype this, the eventual hype train of, something Dandelion coming back on a list. There's still a lot of stupid hype around that. And the TCG, they could do it. Wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world to me. But as of filming this right now, Dandelion's coming in about 100 to 115 on up to 120 here. At this point in time, you gotta understand, when Speed Duel prints a ban card, people lose their minds and go, and of course, I mean, you can get a light play green version here for $8. It's actually not terrible. You can get the Shonen Jump version, mod play for like $13. You have a market price at $17. Legendary Collection Secret Rare for about $6. You get the Purple Berry here for a nice $3. These are all just the sorts of things that you kind of risk it for the biscuit on, and I do think that there might be something to it. Who really knows at this point? The only thing is, we comment on the hype, we take a look at it, and we go, well, $3 ensures I have a copy in case something actually stupidly happens. Vanity's emptiness. How many times do we see emptiness kind of go up? Realistically, if the TCG is checking all of these different floodgates on every one of these lists, I don't know why people think Vanity's emptiness is going to come back, but, it's not stop people spending 17, 7, 12. It's a small percentage of people out here that are doing this, but rather than being caught with your pants down, tends to be the motto around here. Being unprepared for these situations. Yeah, the card does ramp up pretty hard. I mean, once again, you do have the alternatives. You have the super available for $1. So if you're not really wanting to look at the other version, I mean, $2, $3, yeah, it's definitely doing its thing out here. Interesting. Herald of the Orange Light. This has been something. I would once again like to bring to your attention the death curve of this card, where you saw it go from the 67, spin out, spin around, and then spin right back up here. And you do see you have a $90 price point here, a $75 price point, 73. As of today, I mean, you have one for 75, another for 76, and then you jump on up to 87. It's not the worst thing in the world, I suppose, but that's kind of what you're looking at here in the overall long haul. I mean, 11 listings currently present for this. That's a little bit rough to think about, but it is, Madolche players do definitely love this card, and every other version of whatever fairy sort of deck that wants to play this, you kind of got to go through the hurdles to pick it up. Lightning Storm Quarter Centuries, 10 listings. So here's the thing. This card is in a very unique situation because it also has a Starlight Rare, it has a Collector's Rare. I guess you're making the argument for which version is the highest rarity at this point, and that's doable, all right? You've got your decision trees to make on whichever version you personally feel is the highest, but right now people are looking at this $30 price point. I mean, 26, 35, and 31, and people are slamming this $35 mark here, and they're picking this up. They're like, okay, let's do this. Understandable. And I think it's going to continue to be a trend. Well, we'll have to, once again, wait and see here as the thunder strikes on the outside here. But okay. Goatee cards. Reprint? Are we going to get Goatee reprints? $5, $3. Iran Pianist here, still 4 to 5. Pacey's coming about 3 to 4. Zep coming about 2 to 3 as well. And the Spear of the Goatee here, nice little 50 cents. The point of showing these Goatee cards is, with everything that's kind of going on inside the market here, this stuff is still pretty cheap. I know that, to be honest with you, Goatee definitely fell off, like, very, very hard. And I liked what we were seeing with Goatee in the very early stages of this format. It looked very creative, and that's not a bad thing. I believe that creativity still does exist within the format. You know, we just need to slow things down a little bit here to allow a deck like this room to re-navigate back into the format. Fiendish Warrior Rhino, or Fiendish Rhino Warrior. You know, the sheer amount of hype that is around this Fiendsmith stuff, I think, is some of the craziest stuff that we have seen. I genuinely am impressed with how much this community is excited for the chance to play some light Fiend monsters. I mean, after that vanilla normal monster came down the pipeline and shattered the value of White Dowston, speaking of White Dowston here, this thing, oh man, you know, this was hyped. You know, people were spending $2 to $3 on this thing. And guess what? Konami creates an alternative normal monster, and then people are like, oh my gosh, you know, there went all the value on the white, or the White Dowston. And that's all because the light Fiend, that's all it is to it. And to see that crumbling value coming down around here, it's crazy. But I mean, that's once again why you got things like Fiendish Warrior Rhino here that are hitting these 10, 9, 10, 11, $12 marks all across the board here, and I'm not all that surprised. Yet once again, people are hyped for the new archetype. Huh. You know, I should say I'm not surprised. See this thing hitting 226, 210, 200. People are actually spending this for low, for 220. I remember when this first initially bumped over the $200 range, we were like, Saphira is also hitting, you know, 120, 140. And you got to think about it. If you're 3 lows alone, it's $200. Skull Guardians, 155. You're over $1,000 in QCRs to bling out this deck, and that's crazy. You do see your curve ramping up to 180, 160, 135. Yeah, lowest on Skull Guardians are 200. Wow. So 3 lows, 600. 3 Skull Guardians, 600. And that's 1,200 plus Saphiras. That's $1,600 in QCRs just to bling out your deck. Isn't that crazy? Base rarity lows still coming in about, what is this? 60 bucks. He's actually bumped it down. It's a lot better than it was. That's for sure. All right. Interesting to say the least. Skull Guardians are still $1. Prank Kid stuff. I'm only including this in the market watch because if we do see Meow Meow Mew come back, we could see some sort of stupid movement with this, but $2. Interesting to only see 32 listings of this. Doodle doop doop. 37 listings. 47 listings. These listings are a little bit lower than I would have initially liked to have seen. And I don't really like that all that much. So I guess this is a warning. Pay attention to these. Mirror Jade. You know, this thing is still at so much money. 310, 350, and 300 were your last sold. Your lowest right now are coming about 333. Yeah, you're sitting about $300 right now per copies of these. The value that this card has right now is so absurd. And I wanted to include this. Man, this looks like such a bootleg DVD. But basically what this is coming out in the actual 2-3 days here. The Quarter Century Summon Scene DVD that comes with the Chimeratech Overdragon in Quarter Century for the 25th anniversary. I was curious to see how much these were floating for on the secondary, and I know $88 is a lot, but, you know, for the collectors out here that want some more unique niche products, and to the people like, where can you find this stuff? It amazes me that people don't know that eBay exists. Like, I had a person message me the other day asking me where to find certain cards. I'm like, did you try here? And they're like, yeah, but they only have newer stuff. And it's like, did you try eBay? They're like, no, I didn't. I'm like, hello? Like, use the resource. So that's why it's here. So what do you guys think about today's market? Remember, check out Kong's Cards. Use discount code IMCO40 and save on your purchase. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.